Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a quick slow flow yoga class that's going to be great if you're just starting out with yoga. If you're a beginner, this is a good place to get started. So grab your block, grab a belt if you've got one, and head on over to your yoga mat. Hey, so welcome to your practice. So again, if you've got a block, just set that off your mat to one side. And if you have a belt, then we may use this for some forward folds a little bit later on. But let's just get started with in seated. You could sit on this block if you wanted to. This position bothers your knees. So I'm sitting on the block between my heels. And sit cross legs, again, however you want. Just try to notice your posture. Sit up nice and tall. And we're going to start with a little side body stretch. So we'll take the right hand out to the side. On the inhale, lift the left arm. And then as you exhale, extend, reach your left hand over to the right. So this right arm can be straight. You can bend your elbow like I've got. You can drop the forearm down to the floor. Again, however you're comfortable working here. We'll try to rotate the left side of the chest a little bit further open. Let's come back up. So if you're sitting cross legs, change which leg's in front. And we'll change sides. Left arm out to the side, inhale right arm. And exhale, extend it over. And just notice where you're feeling the stretch here. Again, you want it to be in that right side body. But how low it is going to depend, and how intense will depend on if you have this arm straight, or if you bend the arm and then instead of leading with fingertips, try to lead with that elbow. Again, that can change it just a little bit, that little movement. And come back up. Take a little neck stretch while we're here too. So let's let this right arm get heavy. Try to drop the shoulder down and then work the left ear toward the left shoulder. So if this doesn't get into it enough where you can take that left hand behind the back, hold on to your bicep, and then just gently encourage that shoulder down a little bit further. Let's release, change sides. Again, left arm down or right arm behind the back to hold the arm, and right ear towards your right shoulder. And in yoga, we do a different type of breathing called Ujjayi Breath. So that's just going to mean you want to breathe with your mouth closed. So breathe in and out your nose. Should start to make a little bit of noise there. You want the air rushing against the back of the throat. Yeah, so I'm making a little bit of noise, but I got noise canceling turned on, so you may not be able to hear it. Let's release that, come back up. Gonna work our way onto hands and knees, coming into a tabletop pose. You'll work through cat and cow. If your knees are sensitive, you may want to place a blanket underneath them for a little bit more cushion. So shoulders above wrist, hips above knees. Again, cat and cow. On the breath in, look up. You want to tilt the tailbone toward the ceiling. And then as you exhale, round over, arching your back. Again, inhale, look up, let the belly relax. And then exhale, rounding over, draw the navel in. And again, inhale, look up. And exhale, round the back. Few more, inhale. And exhale. Let's do one more round. Inhale. And exhale. And we'll come back to neutral. Let's separate the knees a little bit wider than the hips, the toes toward one another. And then you can start to rest your hips back towards your heels. So let's relax down here. This is your resting pose. Whenever you need to take a little break during class, just drop down here, coming into child's pose. And it may not be real comfortable to press hips all the way back. Again, your might be lifted up in the air a little bit. You might want to stay on your forearms. Again, you can go back just as far as you'd like. And inhale, work your way back up into a table. Then we're going to take ragdoll. So we'll step the right foot forward and then the left. And you want to adjust your feet to 2, maybe 3 fist distance apart. Have a little bit of a bend here in the knees. So we're, again, not really going for a stretch here just yet. Shake the head yes, shake it no. Let's maybe bend one knee, bend the other. Swing the hips side to side a few times. And then settle back towards center. Take your hands to your hips. And inhale, slowly work your way back up. And stepping the feet together. So come all the way up to the top of your mat if you're not already there. You want to have your big toes together. And then if you look down at your feet, have a little separation between the heels, maybe about an inch or so. And your hands coming to your heart. And again, we're going to use these sun salutations as a warm-up, and they're also to get a rhythm started with the breath. We want to try to maintain throughout the whole class. Again, dropping your gaze to your fingertips. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale out the nose. And again, just repeat that process to yourself. And you can inhale to a number, maybe inhale to a count of 4. Exhale for 4. And so again, it doesn't have to be 4. You can pick any number you want. You just want to try to lengthen the breath out and get the inhales and exhales even. And with your next exhale, relax your arms. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees, hands towards your mat. Take your hands to your shins, lengthen, lift up halfway. Exhale, take the hands to the floor, step to a high push-up, and then drop your knees down to your mat. So you're in a modified plank. Draw your navel in, hug your elbows to your side, and then lower all the way down to your mat slowly. And navel drawing in, squeeze your glutes. Inhale, press through the palms, coming into Cobra Pose, little back bend, elbows hugging in. And then as you exhale, come back down. Curl the toes, press back up into this modified push-up, and then lift the knees, you'll be in downward dog. So when you get to downward dog, you want to adjust the feet hip width, go about shoulder width apart with the hands. And again, you can change the distance between hands and feet, just move your feet. You want to keep your hands there to the top of your mat. And bend the left knee, press the right heel down toward the floor. Change sides. I'm trying to get a little deeper stretch there to the back of the legs. Again, switch. And switch last time. And both heels start to reach down. Bend the knees, look forward. Step the feet up between the hands. Hands to shins, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, back up. And release, hands back to center. And again, inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold, little bend in knees. Hands to shins, lengthen. Exhale, step back, top of a push-up. So we modified that first one, and you can do that again by dropping the knees to the floor. As you exhale, lower all the way down to your mat. And uncurl the toes. Squeeze the glutes. Press through the hands, cobra. Shoulders drawing back. Exhale, lower back down. Curl the toes. Press back up into hands and knees. And then take it back, downward facing. So let's bring the awareness to the hands and shoulders this round. And then trying to spread the fingers as wide as you can get them. Press both palms flat down into your mat. And then try to broaden the shoulders. You feel them go out a little bit wider away from the ears. And bend both knees, look forward. Step the feet between the hands. Hands to your shins, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, back up. And release, hands back to center. We're going to do one last round. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold, reach down. Hands to your shins, lengthen, look up. Exhale, stepping back, top of a push-up. We're going to try a different back bend this time. Knees to the floor if you need to. This time when you lower down, shoulders in line with your elbows. Try not to go all the way down. And then press into upward facing. So upward dog, thighs, knees, hips lifting off of the floor. And take it back over the toes again. And your gaze is focused to one spot on your mat, right back between the feet. And remember, you always got that chance to rest in child's pose if class gets a little bit too much and you need to take rest. Again, it's up to you how often you want to go there. Bend the knees, look forward, step the feet up. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, back up. And release, hands back to your heart. Good. So grab your block. We're going to step out wide. You want to face the long edge of your mat. Your block is going to go to the right side of the mat. And open your arms. You got to start on this right leg. Turn the right foot away, pivot the left toes in. If you were to look down at your feet, you may be having heels in a straight line, or it could be this front heel to that middle arch there on your left foot. Just relax the shoulders, take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, reach forward with that right arm, and then let it drop down. So we got that block there. If that's high enough, you can place your hand on the block. If it's not high enough, take your hand up to your shin. So while we're stretching hamstring here, you want to engage the muscle on the opposite side of the body. So flex your quad. And your gaze is lifting up toward the left thumb. And bring a little bend in that right knee. On the inhale, press back up. I'm going to parallel the feet, pivot on the heels, and you can grab that block. You want to use it for a triangle on your left side. And open the arms, deep breath in. On the exhale, reach forward again. And so again, you got your prop, got the leg if you want to rest your hand on it. And as you're holding here in triangle pose, try to work on leaning your back away from the legs. So this right shoulder's drawing open, the hands going up higher, and it's reaching away from the legs as well. And exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, come back up. Take your hands to your hips. We're going to take a revolve triangle. So the right foot's going to turn toward the back of your mat. You're going to step the left foot in enough until your hips are squared off to the back edge of your mat. And your block, again, can go to the big toe side of that right foot. Let's tilt the tailbone down toward the floor. Squeeze the left glute. And then bring a little bend in the right knee. On the inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, reach forward. And again, we'll drop it down, big toe side. Your right thumb, hook it to your hip. As you start to roll the hip back, see if you can straighten the front leg out and then reach the right arm up. So it's okay if the front knee bends a little bit, but try to keep the back leg straight and the back heel on the floor. That'll make balance a lot easier. And with your next exhale, look down, release your hands. Let's hold on to the block this time. Inhale, work your way back up. Good. Parallel your feet. And let's take that block, big toe side of your left foot, hands to your hips. Set it for a revolved triangle on this side. So again, left foot straight ahead. Tilt the tailbone down toward the floor. You want to keep the back leg heavy. Bend the front knee. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, take it forward. And let it drop down. And we'll lift the left arm up once you have your balance. So if you can get this block high enough, try to work with the height that allows you to have your palm flat and pressing into it. And if you need to be on your fingertips, that's where you need to be. But again, if you can do a palm to it, then you can really start to press down into the block and then extend up through that left hand. And exhale, look down, release both hands to the floor. Inhale, let's come all the way back up, open the arms, parallel the feet. We're going to just set that block off to the side and take both hands to center. So you set it for this next one, your legs about one of your legs distance apart, and heels closer toward that back edge of your mat so you got enough room there to play with at the front. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hands dropping down to your mat. Take another breath in, look up, and exhale, fold forward. So again, we're getting back into that hamstring stretch. So again, we flex the muscle on the opposite side of the leg to get the most out of it. So flex your quad. Flex both quads. Start to lean forward until you have the balance even in the feet. And then just see what kind of stretch you're getting. If it's not enough, you can walk the hands back a little bit. Walk the hands forward, take a breath in, lengthen, look up. Exhaling, hands to hips, chin to chest. Inhale, slowly start to come back up. And then hold here as you exhale. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, interlace the hands behind the back. We're getting into shoulders a little bit. Drop the hands down, look up. Exhale, forward fold, lift the arms off of the back. So you can loosen your grip up to allow the arms to lift off the back. If they do that pretty easy, then consider working closer toward a fist. Arms generally won't lift up any higher. You just may get a deeper stretch out of it. So relax the head, look back between the legs. And all I gotta do is hold here, take a few breaths. And inhale, slowly come back up. Go ahead and release, take your hands to your hips. Got one more here. Open the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Peace fingers are going to reach down toward the big toes. And take another breath in, look up. Exhale, fold forward. So it may be a little bit too much to grab the toes. In that case, you can hold on to your shins. You can always adjust the legs closer together if you need. And take a few more deep breaths here. And with your next inhale, look up. Exhaling, hands to hips, chin to chest. Inhale, take your time, come back up. And hold back atop. Open your arms, take a breath in, bend the knees, step the feet together. And you can just stay here, facing the long edge of your mat. We're going to work on a little balance, and then we'll make our way down to the floor. So tree pose. Span the left toes up, bring them back down to the mat. Your right foot can stay here on the floor, so this position will give you a little bit extra help with balance. If you want to try balancing just on one leg, then pick your left foot up. You can go to your shin, or you can skip your knee. You can take your foot up to your inner thigh. Hands come to center. Again, you're looking to one spot, a few feet away from you. Something's not going to move. Strong core, navel drawing in. And see if you've still got that rhythm going with the breath. If you don't, take a second, try to find it again. If you've lost your balance, it's no big deal. Hop back into it when you can. Just kind of try to hold for another breath or two. As you finish that exhale, go ahead and release, set the leg down. Now let's change sides, fan the right toes up, and bring them back down to your mat. And flex right quad this time. Pick your left foot up, and hands to center. And again, work on deep breathing. So relax your shoulders. And I've got hands to center. You can do a different variation with the hands if you want to. You can reach both arms up. And try not to start looking around the room, because that's when balance is going to be much more challenging. And let's go ahead and release, set that foot back down. You can come back up to the top of your mat. We're gonna make our way down to the floor. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hands down toward the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, top of a push-up. Same sun salutation from beginning of class. You can drop knees to floor to modify if you want. As you exhale, lower down, hover. And then inhale, roll through, come into upward facing. Exhale, back over the feet. And then drop your knees down to the floor. Work your way through to seated. So we're going to start with a forward fold here and seated. If you have your belt, then you can take the belt and loop it around both feet. Good. Try to sit up tall. Again, flex your quads. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, hinge at your hips. And so practicing your forward fold in this position, if you keep the chest lifted, you should be feeling most, if not all, of that stretch there to the hamstrings at the back of the legs. And navel keeps drawing in here as you fold a little bit further, help protect your lower back. And we're going to work through a different variation of this. If you can reach your feet, your thumbs go in front of your big toes, hands pinky side. And you can keep holding on to the belt if you want. Inhale, look up, and then exhale, fold forward. This time, point the crown of your head down towards your feet. Let's try to relax the shoulders away from the ears. And then you may be getting a little stretch there in your back, as well as your legs in this position. And let's take another breath in, lengthen, look up. Exhale, release, come all the way back up. You're gonna take the hands back behind you, about a foot or so, and then walk the feet in, feet on the floor, hip width. And then inhale, lift the hips up, drop the head back. So you take this reverse tabletop, and it's a counter for the forward fold, but it's also a really good stretch here for the shoulders. So keep squeezing the glutes, lift the hips up higher. And don't hold your breath. And then exhale, come all the way back down. So we'll keep this right leg bent. We can take the left leg out straight. Take the right hand to the outside of the right hip on the floor. And then reach the left arm and then wrap it around your right leg. Look over to your right shoulder, take a breath in, and then exhale, start to twist into it a little bit more. So we're going to try to find a little resistance in this position. Use your left arm, pull your leg towards you, and then try to find a little resistance, as if you're trying to press that right glute back down toward the mat. And inhale, look forward. Exhale, release. Let's change the legs around. We'll pull the left foot in. Left hand on the ground behind you. Inhale, lift the right arm. And then exhale, twisting, hug the knee. And again, try to find that resistance, possibly getting a little deeper stretch there at that outer left hip. And inhale, look forward. Exhale, release, take the legs out straight. And then let's take the soles of the feet together. So start to walk the heels in closer towards you. Interlace the hands around the feet. And sit up tall here, relax your shoulders, take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, start to fold. If you have the legs pulled in close enough, then we'll try to get the arms in front of the shins. And you just want to use the strength in the legs on their own to press the knees down toward the mat. Should be getting the stretch to the inner thighs. If you don't really feel anything here, then instead of having the feet in close, take more of a diamond shape. You can take your feet a little further away. And then inhale, let's come back up. Release, take the legs out straight, and then lie down on your back. Go ahead and walk the feet in. So similar stretch as the last pose. We're just gonna do one from reclining. This one's happy baby. So you wanna take the soles of the feet parallel to the ceiling, and then start to bend your knees in. Take your hands to the inside of the legs. See if you can hold on to your heels. And then you can use your elbows. You can gently start to press the legs a little bit wider. Rock side to side a couple times. And release, draw your knees to your chest. Give yourself one last little squeeze. And release. So we're going to take relaxation, get a few minutes here of rest at the end of class. Legs out long, feet about to the edges of the mat. And palms face up either side of the hips. And let's close your eyes, relax. Take your time, slowly start to work your way back up to seated. It's coming to a comfortable seated position, hands to your heart, close your eyes. Thanks for practicing. Have a great rest of your day. Namaste. If you want to get early access to this video, you can head over to theyogamat.com. There will be a little QR code at the end of the video that you can scan. You'll get immediate access to this and close to 600 on-demand classes in the library. I've got classes in Pleasureville and Louisville and Kentucky, and of course several live classes during the week on my website. Hope to see you there. Until next time. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that class. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to get a new short form class every week. And if you like what you see and you want to support me, go become a member at theyogamat.com. You'll get unlimited live virtual classes every week and access to our on-demand library with over 500 classes in it. Have a great day. Namaste.